Merhaba from Keswick Village. This is the Rorschach Turkey update from the 30th of July, 2024. A quick summary of what's going down in Turkey. Some updates on the war in Gaza. On Saturday, the 27th, the Turkish parliament condemned Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's speech to the U.S. Congress, calling it a, quote, shameful chapter in history, end quote. The resolution labeled Netanyahu a, quote, bloody war criminal, end quote, and criticized the U.S. for allowing him to speak amid accusations of severe human rights violations in Gaza. The resolution denounced the Congress for supporting Israeli aggression and urged the U.S. and other key players to act against the bloodshed in Gaza and push for accountability. Still on the topic of the conflict in Gaza, some political parties reportedly slammed the government for not inviting Mahmoud Abbas, the Palestinian president, to speak at the Turkish parliament. During a speech, President Erdogan addressed these criticisms, stating that Abbas was indeed invited but did not attend. He further added that Abbas should apologize for failing to attend. However, Erdogan emphasized that Turkey would persist in voicing support for the Palestinian people regardless of Abbas's participation. Moreover, on Sunday the 28th, President Erdogan suggested that Turkey might intervene in Israel, though he did not specify the nature of such an intervention. Erdogan made these remarks during a speech praising Turkey's defense industry, so many think he meant a military intervention. An expert on Middle East and Central Asian politics stated that Turkey's attempt to take responsibility in every conflict zone has fatigued its foreign policy. He emphasized the need for Turkey to rethink its priorities amid rising tensions along the Israeli-Lebanon border and fears of war spreading in the Middle East. He pointed out that while conflicts in the Middle East and Africa are wearing Turkey down, countries like Egypt and Saudi Arabia are less affected by them. Speaking of Erdogan, on Friday the 26th, he published several high-level dismissals and new appointments in the official Gazette. He removed the deputy health minister and senior officials from various ministries from their posts. The health ministry saw changes with new appointees filling roles including Director General of Health Information Systems and Director General of Legal Services. Additionally, new provincial directors were appointed to the Family and Social Services Ministry and the Education Ministry. Erdogan also appointed new rectors to 11 universities, including Kent University, Nişantaşı University, Bozayin University, and several others across Turkey. In other news about the president, on Thursday the 24th, Erdogan announced that the Treasury and Finance Ministry will soon start collecting debts from municipalities. He criticized the Republican People's Party, or CHP, for promising free services while neglecting financial responsibilities and called on CHP mayors to lower service prices that had sharply increased. The CHP, which controls 14 metropolitan and 21 provincial municipalities, surpassed the ruling Justice and Development Party, or AKP, in the recent local elections. Many view Erdogan's move as an attempt to weaken these opposition-run municipalities financially, as their social projects make them appealing to the voters. In response, the CHP accused Erdogan of exploiting past debts to undermine their administration. Özgür Özel, the head of the party, condemned the action as a financial coup and pledged that the party would continue to serve the public despite Erdogan's efforts. Here are some updates on the Stray Dogs Bill. The parliament approved the first 5 articles, including a clause allowing euthanasia for street dogs. The session, lasting about 14 hours, saw heated debates. Initially, the bill explicitly mentioned euthanasia, but after opposition pushback, the parliament reworded the clause to remove the term euthanasia. Instead, it referenced Article 9, Paragraph 3 of the Veterinary Services, Plant Health, Food, and Feed Law. However, this provision also includes euthanasia, so the change is largely semantic. The revised 5th article now permits euthanasia for animals suffering or posing a danger to human health, with the decision to be made by a veterinarian. The rewording has not alleviated concerns among animal rights activists, who argue that the bill still effectively sanctions the mass killing of stray dogs. A company building houses for the state-run Housing Development Administration, or TOKI, in quake-hit Hatay, has fired 70 workers, refusing to pay their wages for not finishing the work on time. The workers accused the company of using substandard materials and claimed inspectors took bribes. Visible reinforcement bars in some walls drew attention, and lawyer Kuma Irmak reported that the company hastily covered up construction defects. Irmak said that he would file a complaint while local residents criticized the project, calling it a mass grave rather than affordable housing. Yermak called for independent inspection and highlighted issues like reduced reinforcement and defective concrete forms. Workers, struggling with unpaid wages, staged dramatic protests, with 2 climbing the crane to commit suicide. Fortunately, they got down safely. Toki denied the accusations, saying the repairs have been carried out in accordance with technical specifications. However, concerns about the building's safety remain. The Olympics opening ceremony has gathered mixed reactions from the public. Well, the ruling party was on the negative side of these reactions. On Saturday, the 27th, Imre Kalishkan, the MP from AKP, launched a homophobic attack on the ceremony. Speaking in Parliament, Kalishkan said that the ceremony was LGBT, pedophile, and satanic propaganda. He claimed that the event, intended to celebrate athletic achievements, instead promoted, quote, perverted ideologies, end quote. He proudly urged that many in the country reacted negatively to the ceremony and said that the country needs to work hard to protect family values at a time like this. He added that the ceremony was fueled by capitalism, denouncing it. Next, on Thursday the 25th, Istanbul's Transportation Coordination Center raised public transport fares by 13%. The full ticket increased from 18 to 20 liras, about 60 cents, and the student ticket from 9 to 10 liras, about 30 cents. On Wednesday the 24th, Ankara raised public transport fares by 40%. The full fare increased from 15 to 21 liras, a little over 60 cents, and the discounted ticket from 8 to 11 liras, about 30 cents. Moving on Sunday the 28th, unidentified individuals erased the Kurdish-language pedestrian-first signs on the roads in Diyarbakir, leaving the Turkish version. The next day, Diyarbakir municipality announced that the city governor ordered the removal of the signs, citing non-compliance with standards. The signs, used for about 15 years, featured both Kurdish and Turkish warnings. While some support the governor's decision emphasizing Turkish as the official language, others, particularly from minority groups, call for better representation in the city. We do have some good news. On Thursday the 24th, Izmir Metropolitan Municipality launched a hybrid solar tree project aimed at combating climate change by reducing carbon emissions and generating clean energy. Located in Bostanli, the city's first climate-neutral point uses both solar and wind energy to charge small electric vehicles, bicycles, and electronic devices. This project, which is part of Izmir's goal to become a climate-neutral and smart city, includes solar panel posts shaped like trees. The system, featuring 5 155-watt panels and a wind turbine, produces enough energy for a household's annual consumption, promoting clean energy in daily life. Residents can now charge their phones and other devices for free at this shaded spot. The municipality plans to expand the project across the city. On Saturday, the 27th, President Erdogan slapped a child for not kissing his hand at an opening ceremony for houses rebuilt under urban transformation in Rize. After his speech, Erdogan handed over the keys to new homeowners. The children of one of these families came on stage before their parents, and Erdogan extended his hand for a kiss. In the country, kissing an elder's hand is a traditional sign of respect. When one child hesitated, Erdogan slapped the child. You can find the video in our show notes. After warnings, the child kissed Erdogan's hand, and the president gave him some money, another tradition that follows kissing an elderly's hand. Erdogan's behavior alarmed many people, drawing sharp criticism. However, he didn't address the backlash. And that's it for this week. Thank you for joining us. Do you know that besides the Turkey update, we also do others? Our latest ones are the Arctic update about the area north of the Arctic Circle, the ocean update about the 70% of the Earth covered in salt water, and the multilateral update about all the world's major multilateral institutions. The other ones are all country updates. We have a selection of countries from Africa, Asia, South America, and Europe. Check out Rorschach.com/updates to see the full list and find the link in the show notes as well. Hoşça kalın.